streaming here, but if you look me up in K0JTA.com, I think you have my call correct, in K0JTA.com, look for Kilo Zero Juliet Tango Alpha K0JTA. And once you're there, there's a red link at the top of the page, and click on that. That'll take you to YouTube, and once you're there, you'll see a bunch of icons, one of which in the upper left-hand corner will have Live Now or something like that on it. And I'm just doing that same thing here myself. If I can find my cursor, there we go. And once you're there, then you'll click on that one link that's got the Live Now. I'm doing it right now. Click there, and it'll take you to the live feed. With that, then you'll be able to see your signal. You'll be able to hear your signal to some degree. And being that I'm out here in the sticks, our internet service is not terribly bad. And also, there is quite a good delay that's built into the system for, in this case, it's YouTube. So the video going up does have a delay. And so out here where I am, I'm seeing maybe a 15-second delay. Most people will see, 2 to 5 seconds, but our service out here is pretty darn poor. Also, of course, I am transmitting that video and audio to YouTube, and then have to wait for the YouTube to turn it around and get it back to me. So there's kind of a double penalty, you might say. But I did record just a little bit here. I'm going to play it back how you're coming in. Here it comes. Okay, that's the end of the recording, but you get the picture there. K6TZM, go ahead there, Leon. K0JTA, over.
Yeah, fine, this is like, it's interesting. I'm going to have to let you go. I've got some bread making in there that I'm going to have to attend to. 73 is like, call. This is Kilo Alpha 6.
Okay, real good. Well, glad to meet up with you and tend to your bread. I used to do that here a number of years ago. Kind of enjoyable, but yeah, you do have to pay attention to it. So do pay attention, Leon. 73 K6TZN, K0JTA, clear with you. 73.
Well, 73 is like, have a good day. We got rain coming here from that storm, so he's going to get here in about an hour. 73 is like.
Okay, yeah, you're down there in that storm area. Well, the good thing it's not going to be quite as bad as they originally had thought, but still it's bad enough. 73 K0JTA.
Kilo Alpha 6 Tango Zulu November, clear with K0JTA.
You're up to S7 now. Interesting, QSB is really shifting. 73 K0JTA. CQ, this is K0 Juliet Tango Alpha, K0JTA in southeastern Minnesota, calling CQ. CQ, this is K0 Juliet Tango Alpha, K0JTA in southeastern Minnesota, calling CQ on 20 meters and standing by. Over.
This is that 1 video, gate November 1 Zulu, Mike Delta, over.
Okay, I got two, the KI6U, it looks like a U there. Looks like a KIU-UM. Wait a minute, KI6UM, gee whiz. Can't think of your name now. And November 1, Zulu Mike Delta. Let's see, KI6UM, you were the first in the hopper there, so I'll say good afternoon to you. And by the way, to the November 1, Zulu Mike Delta, in 5 or 6 or so minutes, the software-defined radio net will be convening on this frequency. It's a very, very informal gathering, and if you have an interest, fine. If you don't, that's okay too. You can check in or, things like that. Get a signal report. But, and also to the November 1 Zulu Mike Delta is what I have copied down here. Look me up in K0JTA.com, and once you're there, there's a link in red color at the top of the page. Click on that red link, that'll take you to YouTube. Once you're there, there will be a bunch of icons, one of which in the upper left-hand corner will say Live Now. Click on that, and then you'll be able to see what I see and hear what I hear, and of course you'll be able to see your own signal and things like that. But KI6UM, good afternoon, Lou. Signal's not terribly good here, but doggone it, what are you going to do? KS6UM with November 1 Zulu Mike Delta on the side. This is K0JTA. Go ahead, Lou. Over. So Lou, if you're in there, I'm sorry. I may be doubling with you, but I'm not able to hear you at all. You were quite weak, and now you're just totally gone to me. KS6UM, one more try. K0JTA, over. No, nothing heard. November 1 Zulu Mike Delta, good afternoon. My name is Mike, and once again, I'm located in southeastern Minnesota. Good afternoon, go ahead, over. November 1 Zulu Mike Delta, this is K0JTA, over.
Yeah, okay, Mike. Yeah, name is Glenn Layman from November. I'm in Eastern Massachusetts, and I need your complete call. I have the ATA spot. I just need the prefix. My hearing is not wonderful. I'm on ZMD.
Okay, real good. And I got you as Len. Real good, Len. Eastern Massachusetts. I guess I'm not understanding your question, and I think you just have changed your call sign, and I do have November 1 Zulu Mike Delta. Hopefully that's correct, over.
Oh, that is correct. That is your call sign.
Okay, it's correct, I guess. Okay, couldn't really tell when you switch it over to me, but okay, real good. Yeah, I'm not hearing you real well out here. Signals are just, in general, just pretty darn poor. And it's been this way, it seems like that for 6 months to a year. Someplace I had read that we have passed the minimum for this 11-year sunspot cycle, so things should be starting to get better. But boy, it's not getting better very quickly. And of course, I guess, you have to watch the curves, and so this would be expected, I guess. Yeah, November 1 Zulu Mike Delta. Go ahead there, Len. K0JTA. Over.
Yeah, okay, Mike. Yeah, this is Len N1ZMD. What I was asking for was your call sign. I had trouble understanding your call sign. But anyway, it's a beautiful day here in Eastern Massachusetts. We're up around 90 degrees temperature-wise. The sun is shining. Yeah, we expect a couple of days of it with increasing humidity. I guess that's something you don't get too much out here in Minnesota, but we get the Atlantic Ocean. We get some high humidity here some days. Not much longer, but some days we get some high humidity here, and we just have to put up with it. But it is a beautiful day today. I hope it's nice and sunny where you are located. So let me pass it back to you, Mike. This is NYZMD.
Okay, real good. Real good. And I was able to hear you all the way that time, so the signals you're holding up nicely. Okay, you're 90 degrees. Well, I'm looking at 85.6 degrees here. Humidity is 55%, so it is quite nice, all things considered. I don't know, when it gets to be, 60 and 70% humidity, then that's what we would call an uncomfortable or higher than normal humidity. So I guess where you are, it's going to be a little worse. You mentioned that you were in an increased humidity situation, and 90 degrees in itself is pretty darn impressive. Here it's mostly cloudy, but maybe not mostly cloudy, but I do see shadows at this particular moment looking outside. But looking at the far horizon, it's pretty much cloudy, but I would say more than 50% cloud cover. So let's see. What else was I going to say here? Oh, I was going to get some other stuff running on the OBS program here, which is the one that shifts the video and audio to YouTube. Let's see. N1ZMD. Go ahead, the link is or JTA, over. N1ZMD, K0JTA, over.
So is that what the
Yeah, that could be. That could be. It does happen. So yeah, it's just the way it goes, I guess. So not sure what else I can do about that. Let's see, just getting this other thing going here. Gotta get the bands changed and things like that. Make sure I'm signed in properly. Do that. Caps lock on K0JTA. And got it. I screwed that up. When the keyboard screwed it up, I had the caps lock, and when I hit the 0, I'd put a star in there or something. That's really interesting. Okay, that's taken care of. Alright, so let's see. What else was I going to say there? I was going to get a recording of you too and play that back to let you know how you're coming through here. Because overall, I may be able to hear you fairly well, you might say. N1ZMD, K0JTA, over.
Okay, Mark, N1ZMD. Your call,
No, it's Kilo 0 Juliet Tango Alpha. Kilo 0 Juliet Tango Alpha. Over.
Okay, I get Juliet Tango Alpha. I get a 0 on 1 for Juliet.
Yeah, sorry about that. Kilo 0 Juliet Tango Alpha. K0 Japan, Tokyo, America. Over.
Most of that might be in the quadrant. I'm going to find the very uncomfortable. And fortunately, I have tucked away in the house. And a whole house generator that came back to the power. Losing power even in what you would know is the same thing. In the middle of the winter, you get it. So I went to that market company, so I got the whole house together.
Okay, I guess you turn it over here. Talking about your generator and losing power and things like that. We don't lose power very often here. I think the last time we lost power was about 2 weeks ago, and it's usually maybe once every 2 years. So we're very fortunate. Even though we're out here in the sticks, I guess we have less things to interfere or to cause the power outages. I don't know. Our local company does really stay on it. They have a very good computer-based referral and reporting system and things like that, so that really helps out a lot. So, yeah, I don't know. Like I say, your signal really went down. I was going to get a recording to let you know how well you were coming in, but now your signal has gone away almost, so it makes it almost pointless for me to give a recording. N1ZMD, K0JTA, over.
Roger that, Mike, I understand. Well, just getting that quick, let me say something, Murray. It's been a real pleasure catching up with you, making your acquaintance, and having a little bit of a chat here anyway. And I wish you continued good health and enjoyable weather. So, summertime is the time for that. And I'll just say that this is what the
Okay, real good. I did get a recording this time when your signal was up to the point that it was worthwhile, you might say, so I'm going to play back a little bit of it, so here it comes. Okay, I'll chop it off there, but you get the picture. So, all right. I guess there's not much else here. I should get the gathering going here too. The SDR group meets here at 30 minutes past the hour, and we're 4.5 minutes past the hour now, so it's time to kind of convene our little gathering. Our signals have been really poor, propagation has been poor, so the gathering is almost non-existent, but I still do make an effort. So 7-3 Len, let's shed something further. I'll be clear with you then. N1ZMD, K0JTA, 7-3, over. Okay, I just got the ZMD clear, and yeah, it's just really rough. All right, QST, this is the Software Defined Radio Group. This group meets each Sunday at this time, which would be 18:30 Zulu or 17:30 Zulu, depending on daylight savings time. My name is Mike. I'm located in southeastern Minnesota, and in rural Minnesota, to make a long story short. I'm running an Apache Labs and 7000 DLE radio, and running about 35 watts into a little ALS 600 amplifier, which is giving me about 400 watts of RF power, peak power. My antenna is a 75 meter loop antenna, and it's at about 35 feet. If you'd like to be able to see what I see and hear what I hear to some degree, use any web browser and go to K0JTA.com, look me up. My call once again is K0 Juliet Tango Alpha, K0JTA. Kilo 0, Japan, Tokyo, America. Once you're there in QRZ, there's a link at the top of the page. Click on that red link. That will take you to YouTube, which then will show you a few icons, one of which should have live now under it. So if you go to that particular one, you'll be able to see what I see and hear what I hear. So anybody out there would like to join into the Software Defined Radio Net, I do have KI6UM still in there, but Lou, I just was not able to copy you. But anybody else would like to check in, this is K0JTA standing by, over. Okay, I got two there, WB6JFH and one that I just keyed up just as you were beginning to speak. So I do have WB6JFH, Lunar MS, coming in now, over. Your signal was good. Maybe you're watching on YouTube, over. I guess not. Maybe something else there, David. WB6JFH, good afternoon to you. I'm going to give Lou a KI6UM another chance. KI6UM, K0JTA, over. Nothing heard. Go ahead there, David. WB6JFH and the Software Defined Radio Group. This is K0JTA. Go ahead, David. Over.
Stuff like that. We're partly cloudy right now with temperatures going to get up into the upper 80s today, and no rain. In fact, no precip forecast for the rest of the week. So it's pretty decent temperatures at the moment. My heat pump is working fine, so the inside of the house is staying cool, and that helps quite a bit as well. I had a rough week last week with dialysis, and this weekend hopefully going to recover from all that, so that's going on. And last week I was asked to join a work group for mesh networking, and using something called Arden, Alpha Romeo Delta Echo November, which is Arden networking that ARS groups around the country are using. And they're using some equipment that looks like this could be a really good possibility to get me to be able to remote station. So the group is just forming, so but it looks like this would be a real hot building. Get me so I could operate the clinic, the home, using the system stuff. It's mesh networking and stuff like that. But you probably use miles, things like that. So the system that's up on one of the hills close to me is about 20 miles away. So we're just worried about rob or anything else. So it's really this could help me out. But we'll see how it goes and see what it costs to buy the equipment and all that kind of stuff. So that's pretty exciting right now. K0JTA, WB6JFH in the group. Go ahead.
Real good. WB6JFH in the SDR group. This is K0JTA. Well, sorry to hear about your rough week with dialysis there. I guess there's maybe not much you can add to that. Maybe you can if you want to, if you feel like it or whatever like that. That's up to you, of course. But yeah, I'm sorry to hear that as far as your rough week there with the dialysis. And yeah, your temperature is actually not going to be terribly much, different from ours. I see mine is now showing 86.5 degrees. Humidity has dropped down to 1%. It's now 54%. But, boy, yeah, this, I know, okay, the heat pump, yeah, we got a heat pump here, but we haven't turned it on. We're just getting frugal, or maybe, I don't know, whatever it is, we're just not using the darn thing. But this mesh network you're talking about, you have to join a work group of some kind for the mesh network. It's obviously on amateur radio then, that's okay. And I copied it here as Ardin, A-R-D-I-N, Alpha Romeo Delta India November. Is that correct? WB6JFH in the SDR group, K0JTA. By the way, there was another station that was trying to check in, but you're about a half kilohertz low in frequency. So if you could bring it up to 14.340 megahertz, or just bump it up a half kilohertz, that would make it better. Matter of fact, David, just make a real fast standby here. I'm going to see who that other station was. Had a good signal, but just a little bit off frequency, and I was not able to get down there in time. So this is K0JTA standing by for a further possible check-in. David, please stand by. Over. Nothing heard. Good. Go ahead there, David. WB6JFH, K0JTA. Over.
K0JTA in the group.
Kilo India 6, uniform Mike. I'll copy you, Mike.
Gotcha.
Turned it over to me.
Yeah, I did hear that one patient that you were talking to before I checked in. He was weak but readable here. And I haven't heard Lou, but probably I wouldn't be able to hear him because he's out to me and pointing towards you. So anyway, yes, that's the stuff we're talking about. This is the art stuff. It's a system of mesh networking between a bunch of computers. The person gave me some YouTube videos to go look at, so I looked at them. One of the promising things is that the computer geeks are using this too. So it could be that there's some computer geek type people out here that are on camera operators because they have mesh. So I could connect to them and then connect to the amateur radio mesh networking system through them, stuff like that. So that would make it exciting because, like I said, the two hams that are closest to me are not interested in doing this kind of stuff. The ham it is, the one that you sent an email to, we have the issue with the trees and the hill may make this not doable or usable because of so much loss because of trees and hills. Signal may not be able to get from his place to my place, stuff like that. So, like I said, we'll see how the group gets together. They're kind of forming and looking into what this all entails, like that. There's people up here that are already doing some mesh networking, and I think they're involved too because it's got some wires. And we're going to see how things make this work. Is it doable? There's enough hands here to do it. But, you have to have hands that are willing to try this all out. We'll see. The video
video is from a group down in San Diego, and they have a complete mesh network down there. They cover the whole San Diego it's part of it is for transmitting messages. So in an emergency, this network will be able to handle high-speed stuff. So you can send spreadsheets and stuff like that, like if you're in the care center. The rest of the care centers will use spreadsheets to see what kind of supplies they need. Like Red Cross might need blankets and bottled water, and then they would give you the spreadsheet. With the high-speed network, you can send that to the main office and contact that game. And they would get it right away. So anyway, from what I've read so far, it was pretty interesting. It also the home. This would facilitate that relief as well. And so, well, I'm excited, as you can tell, to see how this is going to play out. You know, it's going to help me out. My goal is operating my donation company. Yeah, Tuesday they just dumped so much fluid out. And there's all kinds of side effects to them. By the time we got home, I was sick. You know, and had all kinds of issues. Then Thursday, they did what's called infiltration. You know, they stick needles into my arm into what's called a fistula. It's an artery that runs surgically moved to the top of the skin, so the technicians can get the needle into it. Well, every once in a while, the needle goes right through the artery. So the fluids that you're pumping into me now go into the tissue around the artery. So my right arm, I look like great muscle, but it's not muscle. It's called lots of fluids in the tissue. And I'm just now being able to flush my arm right now. So because of that, so it's going to take about a week to get my arm back to normal again. And I've got all kinds of bruises all over the place because the blood in the artery got into the blood into the tissue as well. So, you know, it happens every once in a while. The technician misses. You know, nobody's perfect, but they try to be because, you know, my arm is there playing with, and if they bring up my face on it, then I gotta go to the hospital. You know, another one's put together. Probably now on my left arm. Right arm already has two of them. One of them failed early on. Second one was doing okay so far. It worked on Saturday, yesterday, but, you know, it's still questionable as to whether it is permanent damage to it. So, anyway, that's what's going on with the house. You were about at 9 years, so hopefully the signal's all
Okay, real good. Just typing a little response in here on the YouTube thing. Okay, yeah, okay. I know what you're talking about as far as the fluid. You know, having the problem with the fluid. Not, I don't know the problem, but I can understand, and I appreciate your explanation. When you had the fluid taken out the one time, you had the side effects, but the other one having the difficulty with getting the needle in. Yeah, if it's unsuccessful, that's really quite a mess, and yeah, you discovered that. I'm sure you've been through that before. In my case, I have a real rough time with an IV, and of course, you know, I have cancer, and as a result, then they were suggesting to me here that I use something that was called the Power Port. Power Port is the name of it. Basically, it's a little plastic rubber thing that they put into your chest, upper right portion in my case, and then that has a tube that runs into the vena cave, I think it is. It's a major artery, so they basically run that up over your shoulder and this kind of stuff into where it needs to go. And getting the application of the effective end result of the IV is so much better, so much better predictability, and so much quicker. And in my case, I have a real rough time for them to be able to get a connection to the proper veins for the IV. So I can definitely commiserate with you on that. But the device that I have here, it's called a power port, and they have I guess 2 different families. This one here is the later family, and you do have to carry a card for it so that they can identify which one you have and this kind of stuff. But boy, it sure works nice. I'm still a little missing the word, and I'm going to play back the recording as usually coming in so nice. I'm going to play just a short recording. Here it comes. Okay, chop the recording off there, but that's very interesting. Okay, I'm the group down there in San Diego, and I'm still missing on what it is. I have Alpha, Romeo, Delta, India, November, Arden. Is that correct? Over.
Roger. That's the protocol that they use for the mesh networking, called Arden. And you've got that right. You can look it up on the website, or if you want, I can email you the addresses that was mailed to me so you can see what it's all about. And then there's the only site I haven't been to so far, because all the stuff going on last week, was the actual Arden website, arden.com I think it is. So I've been to several of the YouTube videos, and the guy goes, like a YouTube video, goes through the setup and give you lots of pictures of the installation and stuff like that. Also, it's a presentation. Also give you the name of the equipment they're using, or the company, AirSky or AirSkype or something like that. Has all the equipment, including gain antennas and all the rest of the equipment to set this all up with. Maybe the only downside for me is most equipment runs on Linux, and I'm running Windows, so I'd have to come up with a Linux machine. When we get started, I'm going to ask, I've got the Raspberry Pi controller for the Faculab radios, and that's a Linux-based system. And so, is that usable? So could I use the controller for part of this? Instead of using it for controlling radios, use it for part of the Arden system. And set up, because it's got the it's got the network connector on it, the high-speed connector on it, so we can do like Protocol 2 stuff for the Faculab radios, that kind of thing. And then it's got 4 USB connectors on it, so I think they're just USB 2s or USB 3s. I don't remember now which one they are. But it has all the stuff. So is the Pi controller powerful enough to do all this, to run this system, to set it up, and the equipment, like they're TNTs basically. They will run the system, and then you use the controller to set systems up and monitor it. You become what used to be called a system, or a systems operator. So, that's one of the first questions I'll ask is my Pi controller powerful enough to run this stuff? So we'll see. So anyway, you're right, it's Arden. ARDEN is the name of the protocol for the system. K0JTA, WB6JFH.
Okay, yeah, I did get a correction though. I thought it was ARDIN, but it's ARDAEN, Alpha Romeo Delta Echo November. Yeah, okay, very, very good. And as far as the Raspberry Pi, I do have actually 2 of them here. I do have to do some more experimentation, but it seems like life gets in its way, and as a result, I don't have much exposure or time, whatever like that, to get into it. But I do know that there are versions of Linux that you can load onto the Raspberry Pi. The basic one, like Raspbian, may be a variant of Linux. I really don't know. That shows you how much I know about it. And okay, and the Erskine being the equipment manufacturer. Let's see, let's just take another quick stab here. By the way, Lou K6UM, you were coming here very, very powerfully. So it's like you hooked up your antenna now. So it's made a big difference. I'm going to switch it up there to Mr. Lou. K6UM, K0JTA, over.
K0JTA in the software-defined radio group. This is K6UM. Very good, Mike. I don't have very good copy on you. However, I'm listening to you on your side there. So things are working pretty good, I'm using a little bit more power. I have a new amplifier here. It's an Alpha Lima 800H. So it's running about 1,000 watts. And I just got it yesterday, and I put it on the air this morning. So I'm trying it out. Okay, very good, Mike. Back to you, and hello to Dave there. I can hear him through you there. So the K0JTA, the software-defined radio group, K6UM.
Okay, real good. K6UM in the SDR group. This is K0JTA, Mike in southeastern Minnesota. Yeah, you really came up. You're a good solid S8 as far as I could tell. I did take just a short snip. Here it comes.
Alpha Lima 800H. So it's running about 1,000 watts. And I just got it yesterday, and I put it on the air this morning. So I'm trying it out.
Okay, that's in the recording, but yeah, okay, it's sounding good, it's looking good. So, my goodness, yeah, and that 1,000 watts, that certainly does help a lot. And I'm still running about just under 400 watts here, according to my meter. And if that's close enough, well, that's about all I guess I can do. But yeah, interesting. Congratulations on your new amplifier. I suppose this one will run 1,500 watts, or what are the power limitations or capabilities, you might say, Lou, over?
Yeah, it can do up to 1,500 watts, but I'm being very conservative here because I'm not too good amplifiers. Most of my amplifiers have been solid state. So anyway, it looks pretty good here. I'm indicating about 1,100 watts peak. All right, Mike, back to you. Okay, this is the software-defined radio group, K6UM.
Okay, sounds good. Yeah, that's excellent, and well, congratulations on that new piece of equipment. Yeah, I kind of assumed you would be able to do the full legal limit, and but yeah, your 1,100 watts is certainly doing a very, very nice job. You were down to S7, which with today's conditions, you're still just head and shoulders. You're the strongest signal that I've experienced so far here on 20 meters. So your signal is doing very, very, very well. And I was watching you on the SDRUtar.org, the web SDR, and you had a very, very good signal there, much, much stronger than mine. I'm only watching my signal strength. I can see it here in the upper right-hand portion of the window. And so on 14.340, I can see the signal there. In my case, it's not terribly strong, but in your case, there on that site, boy, it was just a practical. Well, I'm looking at mine here; it's kind of a purple. Yours just a nice solid white. But looking at the signal on this panoramic display and this kind of stuff on my receiver, it looks really, really, really nice. So real good. Well, okay, real good. Thank you then for taking the time to check in, Lou. And unless you had something further, I'll move back to Mr. David. You probably have to make another check just in case somebody else is there. There was another person that was checking in effectively on the YouTube presentation. W8FBO Whiskey 8 Bravo Foxtrot Oscar in West Virginia. So he's listening in 20 meters, also watching live, so he's able to hear me, but I'm only 4 or 5 dB above his noise level. So that's about the way that goes. Let's see, yeah. Okay, back to you then, Luke, K6UL, K0JTA. Thank you again, over.
Okay, a little response there to K0JTA and the software-defined radio group, K6UL. Very good, Mike. Things are looking good here. So, yeah, I'm looking at weather Utah. It is solid there. And on your end there, on your screen, I also see my signal, but not very high. But it's working. It's working very good. All right, I will put my ribbons at this end here, then I will send it back to you, see if we can find somebody else out there that wants to check in, Mike. K0JTA and the software-defined group. This is KI6UM. 73 for now, Mike.
Yep, you bet. 73 then. And I can tell you're listening on the YouTube situation. I can understand that because my signal to you is quite possibly pretty darn bad. And once again, I was watching your signal on the web SDR from Utah, and well, your signal is really robust by comparison to mine. I'm not sure. I could click on here and see what my signal is. Actually, I'm showing about S7 or so out there, so that's not terribly bad. So, at any rate, but you were much, much stronger. You must have been S8 or S9, because to me it looked a lot stronger out there. But, okay, real good. 7-3 then. I'll make another standby here. This is K0JTA, and this is the software-defined radio group. We do have a W8FBO that checked in kind of, it was not terribly good here, but we can give another shot. So if you'd like to give another shot there, let's see, your name is Will. W8FBO. BFO, I'm sorry. K0JTA standing by for you, Will. Over. He may be listening on YouTube. I'm not sure. I'll stand by again here. Yeah, I think that's. I think he's probably just gone away. At any rate, let's see. Anybody else who'd like to join into the software-defined radio group? This is K0JTA standing by. Over. Nothing heard. Now go ahead there, David. WB6JFH, and okay, I have Alpha Romeo Delta Echo November Arden is the name of the plan, the mode, or whatever it is, and Air Sky as far as the equipment manufacturer. And as far as running Linux on the Raspberry Pi, well, if you go to their website, then you would mention those websites. Please do send me your links. Please do send me your links. Just forward that same package that must have been sent to you. Please send me your links, and then I'll have the correct information. Otherwise, what I discover may not be quite in line with what I need to be. So this would be really, really good. And then from there, we can both look, and you would think that there would be some possibility of running Linux on a Raspberry Pi or on other equipment. And otherwise, as far as your Windows machine, you'd have to run an emulation program, which of course you can do. The only thing is that when you run emulation, now I know in my case I'm running a Windows machine here now, Windows 7, to run this stuff. But with my other computers, which are Macintosh, I can run emulation programs. So I can run Windows 7, Windows NT, Windows 10, Linux, all kinds of stuff. I can run them all at once, all at the same time, as well as the Mac OS. But the thing is, it runs things noticeably slower because it's a pretty heavy load. If I had a more powerful Mac computer, then this would not be an issue. But do keep that in mind as far as being able to run Linux on your existing Windows machine in an emulation mode. They have programs, Wine comes to mind, I don't know, maybe that's Mac only, I don't know, but there are some real simple and free emulation programs that might possibly be workable for you. But yeah, it sounds really, really, really interesting as far as the range. My goodness, that's sounds just promises all get out. But I do want to get down there and have a look at this stuff without a doubt. WB, 6 GFH. Go ahead, David. K0JTA, over.
K0JTA in the group, WB6JFH. Well, Blue is listening to me. Congratulations on the amplifier. I heard most of your signals, not all of it, but most of it when you were on the air, and for a while you were almost at 7 up here, so the 1500 watts was doing a good job, even though my antenna is pointed towards the east, so you were off the side, still was strong enough to pick you up. So very good, and congratulations on that. And Mike, yes, the Raspbian that runs in the Pi controller is a form of Linux. You know, there's several different versions of Linux, like Ubuntu, Raspbian, Debian, which is the one that runs on the Tinkerboard, things like that. They're all Linux-based systems. They use basically, from what I can understand, basically the same command. You know, some commands are different because it's a different board and stuff like that. The Raspberry Pi is a different board, it's a different board. There's some differences in command. And that, but basically they're the same thing. So, the question is the Raspberry Pi also the processor is, Pi has a quad-core processor, weighing around 1 gigahertz or about, like that. It's not powerful enough to run the system. One of the things within the video, or maybe we're going to listen. Anyway, the Raspberry Pi was mentioned in one of the sites that I looked at. So that's why I'm asking the question. It was mentioned that it could be used when so, like I said, since I already have the Pi controller all built in with a screen, knobs, buttons, connecting cords, can I download the software into it, use it, so instead of being used temporarily when I want to use it for either get it to work and to temporarily monitor or use it for it could be put in the full-time service used for this system. So, like I said, there'll be some questions once we get the group going and start having meetings and start testing them. That'll be one of the questions I have. I do have another Raspberry Pi board, but I don't have the recipe. I don't have the touchscreen display and all that kind of stuff. You know, I thought that the Pi controller that I bought had an issue, so I bought a second board. It's in the box here in my bedroom or in the radio room, and it does work. So I have an extra Pi controller that finds some other, like the display. I already have a keyboard and mouse, so I set that up and use that as well. So anyway, so right now the possibilities are in, and we'll see how it goes as we start discussing whether we can do this up here in Spokane and what it would take to implement it, that kind of stuff. So anyway, like I said, I'm very excited about this. It'll be a learning process for me as well. I love to learn. Us techno types love to learn new stuff. So we'll see, how it turns out. I think they're recruiting now, and maybe towards the end of the month or in August we'll have our first meeting and start discussing what our goals are and whether those goals are achievable or not. So, we'll see. Anyway, so that's the exciting part of the week. This part of the week with all the dialysis issues was offset by the be invited to be in that group and stuff like that. So anyway, probably either later this afternoon or tomorrow morning I'll go send you the link so you can go and take a look. Watch the videos, what this is all about. K0JTA in the group, WV6JFH. Go ahead, Mike.
Okay, well, good. I'm looking forward to that email. By the way, I've got some stuff I was going to send you here too, and I look you up. I just tapped your name, David, into my email program here, and I come up with two different email addresses. I got, I got your call sign at arl.net and also at winlake.org. Which is the preferred? Over.
Here's the AWL.net. The WinLink system it's an over-the-air system, but it's limited to how big of a file you can send. Right now it's about 50K. And if you have a lot of stuff to send to me, then that probably may not be big enough. So use I call it AWL.net. Yeah, that will. So you can send it anytime, any size file or pictures, diagrams, stuff like that with it. So, I'll call it AW, but now will be the third one. K0JTA, WV6JFH.
Okay, real good. WV6JFH and the SDR group. This is K0JTA. Yep, real good. That's what I kind of assumed. I wasn't really sure, and I should somehow make a note in here about that as far as a preference. But yeah. I guess what I'll do, this is not my main computer here, so I'll be doing a copy, cut myself in, so when I read this on my other computer, I'll edit the email entry here for you, and make note that the WinLink is, 50K and this kind of stuff, or, in some way, shape, or form, I'll indicate ARL as the primary or the preferred, so really well good. Yeah, well, like I said, I had a bad week as far as your infusion and your dialysis, but yeah, I'll be having to learn this new stuff here about the Arden and things like that. Sounds pretty darn good. By the way, as far as the Raspbian being a form of Linux, well, I guess that kind of tells us a story there, and it looks favorable. By the way, what I have done here, I've done just a real quick search as far as running Arden on a Raspberry Pi. So there, I got many results. I'm not sure. I'm going to have to look at some of these results and see what they're all about. I'll just send you the initial search, and that'll give you something to start with. But I'll see if I can go through some of these and maybe pick out a few favorites. So you get the search as the first entry to the email that I'm going to send you. But I'll go ahead and add some more below that might be more directly focused on what you're looking for and this kind of stuff. So, yeah, overall, it just sounds like a heck of an exciting thing. I don't know what the limitations are going to be in this kind of stuff and what the cost is going to be. Looking up the company, Arden, and I forget what else I had. It was something about maybe ham radio or mesh or something. But I got pictures and things like that. Well, the bottom line is I'm just curious now and almost fearful. I wonder how much this stuff is going to cost. So, anyway, take another standby here. This is K0JTA. This is the Software Defined Radio Net. Please stand by, David. Anybody else who would like to check in, come ahead now. Over.
Victor Alpha 2, Yankee Zulu X-ray. Victor Alpha 2, Yankee Zulu X-ray.
Okay, Victor Alpha 2, Yankee Zulu X. Okay, I got a note on Echo, but I think it said X-ray. Goodness. And going on VA2 YZE or YZ X-ray. Not sure. Go ahead, over. Okay, got X-ray. You must be a question. I did miss it, over. Yeah, you have faded away. Sorry to say, you have faded away. So, yeah, just not able to pull you out. I'm sorry to say. Signal was very good at first. I don't know if you move your antenna perhaps. My location is southeastern Minnesota, and my name is Mike. Victor Alpha 2, Yankee Zulu X-Ray. This is K0JTA. Go ahead, over.
K0JTA, this is Victor Alpha 2, Yankee Zulu X-Ray. You are 519 from Quebec, Canada, from Montreal, over.
Montreal, okay, real good. All right, excellent. I'm running an Apache Labs N7000 DLE. If you have a web service available, look me up in K0JTA.com. Once again, my call sign is Kilo 0 Juliet Tango Alpha, K0 Japan, Tokyo, America. Once you look me up in K0JTA.com, you look at the top of the page, there's going to be a bright red link. Click on that, that'll take you to YouTube. Once you're there, then you'll be able to see that there are a few icons, one of which will have some red text under it that says Live Now. Click on that icon, and then that'll take you to the YouTube audio and video feed. So if you're interested in that, via2x, YZX, this is K0JTA. Go ahead, over.
That explains the weak signal, over.
Okay, just barely caught the last end, about a weak signal, and I don't know if you're portable or what, but very, very weak, but you were coming up just barely copyable at the tail end, over.
Victor Alpha 2, Yankee Zulu X-Ray, running in NACOM IC718 with the random wire, 70-foot random wire, 100 watts, over.
Okay, 100 watts, yep, got you that time. QSB is pretty serious here, over.
Another copy, and thanks for the contact. I'll look you up on QRC.com. So, straight to you. This is Victor Alpha 2, Yankee Zulu X-Ray, over.
Okay, real good. Yeah, I got a little snip. I'm going to play it back. Here it comes. Okay, I'm running about 400 watts here, by the way, so my antenna is a 75-meter loop antenna at about 35 feet off the ground. Okay, real good. Anybody else would like to check into the SDR group? K0JTA standing by, over. Nothing here. WB6JFH, go ahead. K0JTA, thank you for the delay, over.
K0JTA, WB6JFH, yeah, very good. I could barely hear the VA station, the Canadian station there. I could tell he was there, but wasn't able to copy him very well. Stuff like that, so very good. So, okay, yeah, I appreciate sending me the stuff. I have not yet looked at the Raspberry Pi website, the garden's there, and you said there's all kinds of hits, so I haven't gotten that far yet, because they called me while I was with last week and all the problems I had with the houses, so I'm pretty much behind everything right now, trying to play catch up to get back to where I should be with, being the weekend and that kind of stuff. That's how it goes, And, by the way, the connector that you're talking about for putting the cellular catheter inside the clinic, they're talking about that now. So I've heard that about these power catheter things that you're talking about for people that are on dialysis. What I heard was that the tubing that was used is not quite big enough to pump a whole bunch of blood through it. The dialysis, they want you to be able to transfer about 400 milliliters of blood a minute. And the catheters that they use are not big enough to do that. They can do about 250 to maybe 300. And for medicines, like the stuff you're taking, it's not thick as blood, so they can get down to really small catheters. Because, molecules aren't as big as they're in blood. And so that's the issue right now is the clinic is they're waiting to see if they'll produce one of these that's big enough to be able to do 400 milliliters of blood a minute versus 250 to 300. Sounds very common. Unfortunately, I'm sorry to agree. So I gotta let you know. Driving off the issues that you're having. Okay. I was hoping we got through all of that. Doesn't look like you did. Very sorry. K0JTA.
I had kind of a relapse here, you might say, and I don't know what the full outcome is, of course, and things like that. And okay, on the 400 milliliters per minute as far as the transfer speed. That definitely could be an issue. I don't know if they have different sizes of these devices or what. PowerPort, PowerPort, PowerPort is the name of my device. And like I said, it has been such a wonderful thing. It does take a small operation to get it inserted and this kind of stuff. A little bit of recovery time and things like that, but I mean, it's not the end of the world, that's for darn sure. But it was certainly worth the effort, and it's a luxurious thing to have it. And every time I use it, I think, my goodness, this has been such a good thing to have. So, yep, I've just glanced through some of these links here as far as the using the Raspberry Pi with the Arden service. And it's a popular thing, so you're going to see there's a lot of different responses here. So I have a total of 5 here that I've selected, and I'm going to be sending those. So they're not in any particular order, but at least you'll have these, and so they can look through them and see if there's something that would be of interest. So I think what I'm going to do maybe is I'll highlight some of the, I was going to highlight some of the words in red ink or red text, but I guess that's really not required, because what I'm sending you are some of the search results on Google, and of course with that there's 2 to 3 lines, I guess 2 lines of information which summarizes and also then shows up the word Raspberry Pi, so you'll be able to see that if there's any possible link and this kind of stuff. One of them actually is from or is by the Santa Barbara Amateur Radio Club, so that's the tail end one there. So scroll all the way down to the bottom, that might be the one that might be the most directly applicable, but there's other ones too, so have a look at all of them. So, yep, but it sounds really, really exciting. The bad thing is that, we don't know what this is going to cost as far as the hardware, and of course you would have to have a directional antenna, and once you get that set up, well, I guess then you're home free. But my goodness, what a breakthrough. Wonderful thing. Okay, WB6GFH, K0JTA, over.
K0JTA in the group, WB6GFH. Very good. Like I said, I just haven't, with all the other issues, I just haven't had time to do the search and see what's out there. I thank you for that. And if I get to it this afternoon or possibly tomorrow, I was going to do that, see what's available. Both available, how usable the service to be. I'm going to use it. So, thanks for that. It sounds like you have it. But I'll go ahead. Digital emergency coordinator now up here in Houston, Washington, or at least in Spokane anyway. And so started looking into this stuff, reading about it from groups that have implemented this around the country, like San Diego, Santa Barbara, places like that, Southern California. And there's some groups back east. I think there was one group in New York, New Jersey, someplace like that. And, so on. So places around the country where they are either have it already implemented or are working on putting it together or setting that up. So, it looks like a promising thing for emergency communications to the side of the amateur radio comes from. Because before we had really high-speed internet, or high-speed access, there's nothing we can do for emergency communications and maps. Send photos, search and rescue, we send photos to the SDR people around there. Geographical maps, obviously, this is that working. So search for emergency phone. Packet radio. That, packet radio is like hundreds of the type of communication we can do now. And so, all you have to do is look at the radio that you're using right now. Fred Flintstone would not have a clue that we could do this kind of stuff. Build a radio that does everything with software and very few parts. Look at the Orion board that's in there. It's not loaded with a bunch of parts. It's got a lot of ICs on it, big ones, like FPGA. But when I first started electronics, there's dozens of parts. Now there's very few, and what do we do with that? So, anyway. So as you can tell, I'm getting excited about this. Getting involved with it, being get the remote control business going, that kind of stuff. And it's also not just amateur radio. Like I said, the computer geek people are getting involved with this too. As part of the independent network. Because the operating frequency is taken up for that. So it's 2.5 gigahertz for Wi-Fi and stuff like that. The 5 gigahertz for Wi-Fi, and then there's another one, what is it, 4.5 or something like that. It was mentioned in one of the videos that I saw. There's another one in there between 2.5 and 5. It's not being used by anybody at the moment. So it's not going to be understood by all the commercial stuff and things like that. And the antennas can be vertical antennas with lots of gain, like 20, 25 dB a gain, stuff like that. Of course, when you get up to 2.5 gigahertz, the antennas are pretty tiny. So you can build collinear arrays and get all kinds of gain out of it. Anyway, I will look at those sites that you sent me. Like I said, I'll try and get to the research this afternoon, or possibly have to wait until tomorrow when I'll get to it this weekend. So, K0JTA, WB6JFA.
Okay, WB6JFH and the SDR group. This is K0JTA. Yeah, as far as the antenna gains, I had looked at that before. And it all depends, of course, on the frequency and this kind of stuff. But I know I had looked at the ones for the 2.4 gigahertz range, and they were under $50. And you get a parabolic dish, which was like is a wire type dish, a bunch of horizontal wires, and that made up the parabolic reflector. But I think these had 24 dB of gain. Now, with the 5 gigahertz, if that's going to be a possibility, that does have a wider bandwidth as far as those particular channels, so it would have a higher throughput, which of course most likely will not be that terribly important. but the thing is, with the smaller antenna, but the 5 gigahertz has a lower range from, as compared to the 2.4 gigahertz, so you have to kind of keep that in mind too. I still haven't found anything as far as the cost. I did just a real quick look here for cost, and I was looking at a couple of links, results you might see from the search, and they were $400 to $500 for some kind of a kit. Now, I don't know what this is. It looked like it was like an office kit, and I saw a picture of 3 pieces of equipment. So this may not be in line with what the Santa Barbara group has in this kind of stuff. I did a search for, the Arden mesh and cost, and the Santa Barbara group did come up as far as one of the results. I have not looked at those results yet. I'm actually looking at the page right now, but somehow this particular page that I clicked on here did have a result or a response for the cost. So maybe in there they have some cost comparisons or options and some actual hard figures, but at the onset here, $400 or $500, my goodness, that's going to be a darn tough one. And of course, you still have to have the antenna and of course a decent feed line. So it's sounding kind of expensive right off the bat, David. WB6JFH and the SDR group taking another real fast standby. Anybody would like to check in? Come ahead now. K0JTA, over. Nothing heard. Go ahead there, David, over.
K0JTA, WB6JFH. Yeah, very good, Mike. Yeah, that's that'll be my issue, and I avoid this stuff. And I don't like you, I'm on a fixed income, and I just don't have the money now to spend on all kinds of equipment, stuff like that. If I did, I would have at least a 500 watt amplifier, so I could get you better than I can now, like the JVA 500 from Electrocraft.
Yep, frequency is used, thank you, K0JTA.
Or this KPA 1500. Then you probably could hear me quite well for the nets and stuff like that, for group get-togethers and stuff. But they don't have the money to do that. So, money's going to be an issue. And even though Spokane has a lot of opportunities for employment, it's not like California where the pay scale is pretty hot. So, people are making a lot more money here. And when I was a technician here, Hewlett Packard, Washington, technician in California, made more than I did. I was hired out of living stuff. So, a little more money. People here right now. I'm sure that'll be one of the issues that we discussed in our group. This is going to come. Are they limited in how much they can spend? I'm sure we want to be in the video, YouTube video, the kind of stuff. Is there any time for numbers? It is kind of tough because that's one of the issues. How much is it going to cost to set this up? That's where antennas, they have corner receptors, all kinds of different kind of antennas that you can buy. The kits that you saw, in one of the sites, they send you the whole kit, antennas, the equipment, everything you need. So you have to provide the controller for it. So you can connect to the equipment and set it all up and stuff. And that's where the Raspberry Pi and indoor link play. At least that's what I'm getting so far. And so, so all kinds of antennas, directional antennas, omnidirectional antennas, all with some kind of gain. Some of them are dual band systems where you work on either 2-4 or 5 gigahertz or both simultaneously, and stuff like that. So it's it appears to be there's a lot of options to do to set this up, and I'm sure that's what we'll start exploring in workflows. What the options are. First of all, what are our goals, and then what the options are, and then can we implement it? And talk about that. Like any work group, you're going to start out with figuring out what you're trying to do. Then how are you going to do it? And go from there. That's part of my HP training. I had to be goal-oriented and go, what do I want to do, and how am I going to do it type thing. So, I'm sure that'll be the focus of the work group. And since I've experienced that in my workplace, I might be able to bring some of that experience to the table as well. K0JTA, WB6J in the group, go ahead.
Yeah, okay, and I guess the gist I'm getting from that, WB6JFH in the SDR group, this is K0JTA, the gist I'm getting from that is that there's a possibility of some assistance financially or whatever like that, equipment-wise, so yeah, in your case you have the background, very obvious background, this kind of stuff, so you'd be able to offer some help to the group, and so that's good. So you're not just sitting there sucking up the benefits with no return. So yep, and of course you got the work ethic and the time availability, at least to some degree. So that would be a good thing for them. So, yep, it's just really interesting. So far, I'm not finding anything here as far as the cost of this stuff. I'm starting to look actually more directly. I just went to Amazon.com here, looking up Arden, but I'm just simply not finding it. So, oh well. It's in here someplace, but yeah. Well, when I get done assembling this email, I'll send that off to you, and then you'll be able to have a chance to have a look at it. In the meantime, if the stuff that I'm sending you does not look like it includes or covers enough that you have in mind or that you've been sent, then send me your information. Otherwise, I guess we can leave it as is for the time being. Maybe what I'm finding here will be good enough. So, yeah. Well, it all comes down to the cost thing. And of course, your pilot friend might have a better system, availability and this kind of stuff, more easy to handle financially and functionally. I think it's going to be just fine. Once again, I had looked, well, you just saw the email that I copied you in that I said sent to your friend, and the distances were pretty darn close, and the path at a glance looked pretty darn good. I just drug the cursor from your site to that city that's north of you, and was just glancing at the elevation of the ground as it was approaching. And at first it was rising. I think, oh man, another hill. But it turns out it was just a gradual rise as far as I could tell. And the same path was seen if I go from your friend's home to this city that was northeast of him. It'd be northwest of you. So, but the distance was not terribly much different, which is gratifyingly exciting and promising. So, well, don't give up on your friend. I guess that's probably going to be the bottom line. That might be the best way to go, all in all. But just have to see what it all comes up to be. WB6JFH, K0JTA, go ahead.
K0JTA, software defined radio code. WB6JFH. Companies stuff like that. One of the other operators put up a mesh network up on one of the hills about 13, maybe 15 miles away from me. And I can send the driveway to see there's several commercial antenna towers up there for, police, fire, and stuff like that. And he's up there on one of those towers. talking about, the video said that you get up to 25 miles during shot. Then if I could put an antenna out so it goes right down the driveway, you know, like on one of the sheds that are on the side, and flying right up the mountain, called Lookout Mountain, the fire lookout up there, you know, one degree stuff. That's been replaced by aircraft during summertime looking for fire and stuff. There's still some active lighthouses for lookouts up here, but most of them they use, you know, Google video and stuff like that. You know, planes flying around, flutter planes flying around looking for fire and stuff. So anyway, and there's a bunch of, there's about 4 radio towers up there. Like I said, for emergency services, police, fire, ambulance, and so on. Even there's some spooks up there too, so, you know, like CIA and others that we're supposed not to know about. But anyway, so there's a direct shot. It's about 15 miles, maybe 18 miles to the site. And they say that you can get up to 25 miles for a direct line of sight shot with the equipment. So that would work. It wouldn't have to match to anybody else. Just other hand put up. And he was actually trying to get interested in us in mesh networking several years ago. And using some of the wireless routers that are on the market today. In fact, I have one that he had mentioned given to me, and all you have to reprogram it to do the mesh networking stuff. And you bring the transfer power out to something like, you know, 700 or 800 milliwatts versus the 30 or 40 that it has for doing a local network, local wireless network and stuff. And then with the gain antenna company, and I'm sure there's other companies that probably make the same kind of antennas. But you know that there was a company called Wilson. They used to make high-frequency beams. You know, their System 1 was their very popular one. Well, last time when I was trying to figure out what the antennas were giving me was a lot of the Wilson websites. They make all kinds of antennas for sites. Fabrication for cell phones, for digital transmission from that network, things like that. Of course, I wasn't interested at that time. The other companies that I mentioned are probably not giving me the right name. So in the information I'll send you will be the actual name of the website. I get to that. And then we can start seeing more. I'm sure there's got to be others out there that build commercial antennas for this kind of application. So, you know, the antenna manufacturers that we use, they can't rely on us to be their only customers. I don't know what to keep coming. You know, like Inspire, High Gain, First Craft, all those people, they've got to have some kind of commercial business. Keep going because there's not enough of us to buy antennas to keep the company running. So anyway, do the research. But all the Dallas' activity is not free, so it's better again, and so on, that I can get back to doing my research. Several days, stuff like that. It's going to be a one deal shot to try and figure all this stuff out and do the research, and then the group start meeting the research and what we have to do there as well. So anyway, but might benefit me quite nicely on trying to meet my goal of most growing radio from the sun. So I hope you didn't lose me with propagation. K0JTA, WB6GFH friend.
Yep, WB6GFH, K0JTA. Signals have been going up and down, but the tail end here you've come up very, very nicely. By the way, it turns out that looking at the searches here from Amazon, they are making a suggestion that I should be looking at Arden with a different spelling. AREDN, Alpha Romeo Echo Delta November. That gives me some results, but the results are not all for for Arden in particular, but the responses here for that. Ubiquity is one, Air Max, TDME base station. Anyway, this one here is $83.19, and they have other packages here. For example, the antenna. Okay, got the antenna with the device. It looks here $119. Otherwise, there's another one, an access point for $81.40. But ubiquity is the term that comes back with a search on Amazon.com. So kind of interesting. Okay, that's one link. I'll look at another one here. Okay, there's another one here, the ubiquity. And I don't know how this all forms together, but they're talking about 18 dBi, 2.4 gigahertz antennas and this kind of stuff. I got a pack of two, I think. I don't know if it's just the antennas or what. Doggone, it could be just the antennas. Yeah. So anyway, this particular one with the antennas, $169 for two antennas, and of course you would not need that. There's another, just a single antenna here. Let's see, that is $198. My goodness, pretty expensive on these antennas here. They got a simple Wi-Fi ultra long range. It's the frequency here, $99. And I suppose I added the one that looks like the type that I was looking at here earlier. So, but here's another one here. Got a response here, high power 2x2 MIMO, TDME Air Max base station. But again, I don't see the term AREDN used here. The first one I gave you, I did a search as far as reviews, and I searched for the word ham. One response did come back that yes, it was usable with great success, great happiness with ham radio. So that sounds kind of interesting there. Yeah, I'll just go ahead and I'll probably send you these three links here then too. When next time you're at the infusion center, bring your tablet along, and then you'll be able to look at some of these devices and see if it would be applicable. But maybe the Arden is the family, the mode, and this kind of stuff of transmission. Maybe the Ubiquity is a manufacturer of the equipment that would handle this mode. That's what I'm kind of gathering here, because it does seem like it's just, they're focused on this kind of a point-to-point service. So that's the way it looks here. Well, excuse me. At any rate, let's see, this particular one here doesn't have a price tag. See all buying options, and I don't see a price tag. Okay, all right. $39 from $82.99 with free shipping. And this looks like it's the indoor unit. It's got a couple of things on the top that look like they might be connectors. And there's another one here. It's got a power over Ethernet, a power injector. So it looks like either this might be the antenna itself or it might be something else. I'm not really sure. Look at a picture here. It's only 7.3 inches high, so it's really quite small. So you'd be able to have a pretty minimal pole to be able to hold this thing up. But yeah, it certainly does sound exciting. And like I say, sorry if I'm offering some confusing information here, because the Arden response on Amazon did come up with this Ubiquity name brand and three different devices or packages here, so kind of interesting. WB6GFH, K0JTA, over.
K0JTA, Andrew. WB6GFH. Okay, yeah, that's the hardware mic. Air Max was one of the ones they talk about. OUT is another one. That's the hardware. Arden is the protocol. Arden is the protocol that you would load onto those hardware. like the firmware that goes to the 7000 or all the other Apache Lab radios. The Apache Lab company makes the hardware, and then we load in it to the firmware and then to the software on a computer to complete the process. So what you're looking at is all the hardware stuff. And they got names like Air Max Rocket, which is a whole system, antenna and modem, if you like, and all that kind of stuff. And I think they found it's just you can connecting cables and everything. To put this out, you have to decide where you're going to put it, actually. How high you're going to put it. You're going to put it on your tower, if you have one, or put it on the mast just above the roof. They showed one picture of an antenna sitting on a tripod out on the side of the hill somewhere. And then back of it was a solar panel powering some batteries. And the tripod, the antenna, and the equipment below it was the equipment itself. This was one of the Air Max things. And then all the power for it was in the back. And it just sat there by itself, you can rock up to that hill, all of a sudden, here's this antenna. So anyway, and then they showed pictures of people having them, up on their roof. And because San Diego's got a lot of hills in it, Santa Barbara does too. And so people live on side of hills and that kind of stuff. And so they've got some altitude they can add to it. And so their antenna only has to be up above the roof line to get over to the roof line. People that are across the street from them. Yes, they have people across the street. And so they showed, when you watch the video, you'll see there's all kinds of different installations, all kinds of different kits you can buy, and so on. And a lot of those kits have like blue antennas. Some of them were corner reflectors. Some of them were dish. Some of them are just mesh reflectors. And all kinds of antennas. Like if you want us to do a repeater set, in your area, you would see a multitude of different types of antennas up there. So, there's just a whole bunch of different types of antennas that they use VHF and UHF. Just like we do on HF, we got wire antennas, we got a beam antennas, quad antennas, loop antennas like you're using, and so on. So the VHF, UHF world is full of these kinds of antennas. So anyway, so that's the kind of research I got to do. Look them up and then go to the websites of the companies like Air Max and see exactly what entails the kit and what kind of prices they're asking for it and that kind of stuff. And that'll be in what's called the discovery phase of the work group. How are we going to do this? What equipment do we need to do it to make it work, and how much of that equipment costs? And I'm sure that, because he's the guy that called me, his name is Del, he's a businessman. He's been doing that kind of stuff for most of his career. So I'm sure he's already prepared for, discussing these kind of issues. So, how are we going to do this? And that kind of stuff. So anyway, but it's still kind of exciting, and I'm pretty sure that if we can implement this, the end result for me is I take my tablet to the clinic, dial up 14.340, and talk to you maybe on a weekday or something. So we'll see. We're just starting, so we'll see how it all works out. K0JTA, WB6JTA. By the way, your signal was about an S8, S9, so you're still holding in there, Mike. Go ahead.
Okay, I just looked here, you're about an S6, you're above the noise level, but it's fairly comfortable listening. I guess it's not what you would call armchair copy, but it's I'm getting, I believe, darn close to 100% of everything that you're saying if I'm paying attention. So, this is quite interesting though, and I just, this one particular link, the first link I'm going to send you here as far as the actual equipment responses from Amazon is the one that's, you can get them from $80.92, but if you scroll down you can compare items, and so they have two more. One is $77.94, the next one is $81.40, and the next one is $230. So interesting. It's here's the base station. It's 500 megabits per second. I'm not sure why it's such a big difference in the pricing there, but oh well. You probably wouldn't need all that. Maybe it's a multi-band, 800 megahertz, 2.4 gig and 5 gig. Who knows? So, but well, at any rate, it certainly does sound exciting and promising and this kind of stuff. Okay, the thing is, you're talking about getting into this group here to see what it's going to cost and this kind of stuff. Well, that's the good part. The bad part is that, I wonder how long it's going to take for this thing to become lit off to the point that it wouldn't be functional. That's the thing I am thinking about here, David. Here's K0JTA, over.
K0JTA. Yeah, that's the stuff we got to look into. And that's the price differences out. Because in the video it says, I don't know from their Mac or again, but you can get transmitters up to 10 watts on 5 gigahertz. And that's probably the price of hours. And that's supposed to be pretty good premium. Not like running a factory lab radio on it. Power amplifier is pretty expensive. You get up to 5 years higher. That changes really quick. Anyway, we get close time to the other group here, so I will look at the information you send me. I will send you some of the information I have. You can take a look at some of the stuff I did, look at so far. And I'll keep you surprised of how this works out. I think in the email you said that next week is Air Venture, is that correct? So if it is, we probably won't have a net next Sunday. So I'll catch up with you on the following Sunday if that's true. K0JTA and the group WB6JFH.
Okay, real good. Yep. And next week, we're leaving here on Friday for the Air Venture, so I'll be gone for that week, and of course I'll be without HF capabilities and this kind of stuff and things like that. I do play with something called remote hams here, but it hasn't been terribly successful, so that would be something that would be a possibility, so I could at least listen or something like that. But last night, for example, I tried to transmit, and it had lots of artifacts and like echoing and things like that, so it was not very good. I'm sure that basically this is just all good old-fashioned operator error on my part, but what are you going to do? Yep, well, it's been a fun session, this kind of stuff. Really great news as far as the Arden system and this kind of stuff. Just really great. So good luck on that, and see what you do to keep this thing poked and prodded, and make the progress happen, as instead of just saying, well, okay, that's kind of fun, and then turn the page and do something else. Well, you got to keep after this kind of a situation. If nothing else, it may introduce something where if you can find somebody in this group that would like to do some testing, point-to-point testing, and you could then tap into their system, and this might be another workable situation. And who knows, this might be pretty darn close to what your pilot friend that lives just 2 miles to the west of you. Maybe that's what they're using. Who knows? At any rate, it's a great thing to learn about. Very interesting, very new to me. 7-3 then, I'm going to close it up, and that'll be about it. Yes, we do have this other group that comes on in just a couple of minutes. 7-3, David, good luck and have a good week. I hope that your dialysis goes better than it had gone last week. My goodness, that was a rough week. Sorry about that. 7-3 then. WB6JFH, K0JTA 7-3, over.
K0JTA, WB6JFH. Okay, Mike, and have fun at AirVenture. I would love to go to something like that, see all the planes and the demonstrations, stuff like that. You know, I used to go to a lot of the air shows at the military air bases when I was growing up. You know, like Moffett Field and San Francisco Bay Area and Hamilton Air Force Base, which is, you know, north of San Francisco.